After a few 8-hour days on a sport bike, I realized why nobody in their right mind tries to cross America on one of these. They're great for speed, cool for pulling up downtown on the weekend, but endless highways and back roads, that's cruiser territory. My back was screaming, "Why are we doing this?" And my legs were threatening mutiny. I even started respecting those Harley riders with the big windshields and cup holders. Turns out, they're not just an image, they're about survival. And then every single day, I remembered the guy on the forum saying, if you pack rain gear, it won't rain. If you don't, it'll rain every damn day. He wasn't wrong. This trip was starting out with rain every single day. But it wasn't the rain I had to worry about. Some of the locals. I swear in parts of America, an angry redneck in a pickup truck feels like a boss fight in a video game. Except in real life, you don't start over. You don't get to come back. Somewhere in the middle of Alabama, between gas stations selling gas so cheap it felt like a time warp, and stretches of road with no cell service, I started reminiscing. Why? Who knows? Maybe the fumes in my helmet were messing with my head. I found myself thinking back to all the dumb stuff from high school, like teachers telling me I'd never amount to anything. One memory hit hard, senior year. I remember one morning rolling into physics class about 20 minutes late, again. My teacher, who was hanging on by a thread at this point, looked like she wanted to throw the chalkboard at me. She snapped, "Call your father, right now." Now back then, classrooms still had wall phones, straight out of Leave It to Beaver. I strolled over calm as could be and dialed my boy's cell phone. He was sitting right there in the back of the class, looking as guilty as I was. The phone rang, he picked up, and just like that, he was my father. My teacher bought it. She got all serious, clutched the phone like she was holding the Holy Grail and said, "Excuse me, I need a word with you about your son." She stepped outside to have this heart-to-heart with my father/friend in the back of the classroom. Meanwhile, the whole class was on the verge of losing it. I'm sitting there trying to act remorseful, but deep down I'm thinking, we really got away with this. Outside the door, I could hear her giving my dad the full rundown of my behavior. "He's late every day. He doesn't respect my class. When he gets home, you'll need to have a serious conversation with him." You know, typical Karen behavior before Karen. And my friend, this dude was nailing it. "Yes, ma'am, I'll handle it. I'm so sorry for his behavior, and we're going to address this as soon as he gets home today." She finally came back in all smug, like justice had been served. She gave me that look, "Your life is going to be over when you get home." And I just sat there pretending to be on the verge of tears, while my dad was in the back of the class trying not to burst out laughing. Simpler times, right? What's wild is this trip almost didn't happen. My bike was stolen right out of the parking garage in Northern Virginia. As if it wasn't bad enough, when I called the cops, one of the officers hit me with, "Are you sure you didn't have anything to do with it?" I'm like, "Excuse me? Bro, do I look like I'm running some elaborate insurance scam in a parking garage that smells like hot garbage and broken dreams?" The sheer audacity. They'll let anyone wear a badge these days. I was furious, but what could I do? I waited for the insurance money to come through, which felt like an eternity. When it finally did, I got myself another bike. Beautiful, sleek, and the bike I'm currently riding on. I thought the worst was behind me. Nope. Another Karen entered the chat. One day, out of nowhere, I get a notice from my apartment complex about my new parking spot. Apparently, someone, my next door neighbor, Karen 2.0, decided to tell on me that she didn't feel safe with me parking in the new spot. Between the incompetent police officer, the Karen of a neighbor, and poor management, all I could hear is Ric Flair saying,
"You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down."
Funk it up.